In my previous video, I covered all of the content, both paid and free, getting added to Jurassic World Evolution 2 on June 14th, including my thoughts about that. But there were some very suspicious omissions from the list of creatures getting added to the game. In case you missed that video, or to refresh your memory, here is a list of the creatures getting added to the game, all part of the paid Dominion BIOSYN Expansion for Jurassic World Evolution 2. The Pyroraptor, Therizinosaurus, Dimetrodon, Quetzalcoatlus, Giganotosaurus, Dreadnoughtus, a T-Rex scarred skin, a T-Rex feathered skin, a Dilophosaurus skin, and 3 Parasaurolophus skins. If you're familiar with the animals making their debut appearance in the Jurassic franchise in Jurassic World Dominion, then you probably already caught which species are missing from this overview. The list of missing species, dinosaurs or creatures that we have seen in the prologue or we know will be in the movie are Atrociraptor, Lystrosaurus, Microceratus, Oviraptor, Morus intrepidus, an Iguanodon variant, an Allosaurus variant, and a new Carnotaurus skin. And I'm personally missing a Baryonyx with a prosthetic arm as well. Now, a Baryonyx with a prosthetic arm is appearing in the movie, but it was always a stretch that it would get added to the game. And for most of these missing creatures, I could say, okay, yeah, I guess not. You know, not knowing how much screen time, for example, a Lystrosaurus and Microceratus gets. If it's only fleeting, I guess them not being in the expansion is disappointing, but not necessarily weird. What is 100% weird is the omission of the Atrociraptor. That is hella suspicious. Some people have commented, oh, of course they don't bother with the Atrociraptor because it's basically one of the tiger velociraptors. But hello? As if this 2022 Dilophosaurus skin isn't also very similar to what we already have. Clearly, how different something is from the current game content is not the deciding factor of whether it gets added or not. Atrociraptor has dominated Dominion's marketing campaign from the start. Their designs were among the very first to be seen by the public, back when they were supposed to be an entirely different species even. Even if the only screen time the Atrociraptors get in the movie is what we've already seen in the trailers, it is still significant screen time. That's how much they have been showing this dinosaur. The Atrociraptor not being in the expansion is strange in my opinion. Now apparently the Atrociraptors aren't a BIOSYN creation. I'm kind of trying to avoid movie spoilers, seeing the movie on June 3rd already, so I haven't gone into the information deep enough to confirm for myself whether they are BIOSYN dinosaurs or not, but this is what my commenters keep saying, and I trust y'all. I'm putting my faith in y'all. So if that is the case, that the Atrociraptors are not a BIOSYN creation, it would mean Atrociraptors not being in the BIOSYN expansion is actually logical. Makes perfect sense. But it doesn't mean that Atrociraptor not coming to the game at all is logical. It needs to be in the game. This strange omission will play out in one of 4 ways. Option 1. For whatever inexplicable reason, the Atrociraptor and the other Dominion creatures that I've mentioned are not being added to the game. I think this is highly unlikely, considering the game has reliably given us the movie dinosaurs. To not include one of the most visible dinosaurs of the Dominion marketing campaign and potentially the movie itself, namely the Atrociraptor, would not make any sense to me. Option 2, the missing creatures are actually part of the BIOSYN expansion pack, but Frontier has kept them a secret, as an ace in the hole to reveal closer to June 14th to create some extra hype. I don't suspect this is the case. I think all the content in the DLC has been named in the announcement yesterday. Option 3, the missing creatures will be added in a separate Dominion pack. This idea first popped up in my comment section yesterday, courtesy of Aiden Marsden, and I think this does make perfect sense. Comparable to the early Cretaceous pack, a Dominion pack could give us that Atrociraptor, Lystrosaurus, Microceratus, Oviraptor, and Morus intrepidus, or cut it down from 5 species to 4 so it truly matches with the 4 creatures that were added in that early Cretaceous pack. For this option, I am talking about additional paid content, separate from the BIOSYN expansion. It is pretty much the perfect pack, with the other omissions just genuinely being left out, unfortunately. I mean, they didn't add the Allosaurus model when it was the star of Battle at Big Rock, so why would they add it now, for example? I could reason with that. If this is the case, that these creatures will be added in a separate paid pack, that is scummy. In my previous video, I talked about how I can't really be upset about the BIOSYN expansion being paid because I knew that that would be be the case. I have been emotionally and mentally prepared for that, so I'm not upset about that, I'm not angry, I'm just excited. However, again, if this is the case, that these creatures will be added in a separate paid pack, that is scummy. To introduce a movie-based expansion to your game and then purposefully focus that expansion on just BIOSYN content so you can quote-unquote justify not including some of the movie content and then squeezing out a separate bit of paid content unrelated to BIOSYN is, let's say it again for the people in the back, scummy. I hope that this will not be the case, but honestly, I wouldn't be all that surprised. That's the cynic in me. Option 4 is the most interesting and most exciting option. The Lystrosaurus, the Atrociraptor, Lystrosaurus, Microceratus, Oviraptor, and Morris intrepidus, and potentially the Carno, Allo, and Iguanodon get added to the game for free on June 10th, the international release day of the Jurassic World Dominion movie. This would perfectly mirror the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom dinosaurs getting added to the first Jurassic World Evolution for free when Fallen Kingdom came out. In a similar vein, they could also be part of the free update coming on June 14th, and they are being kept a secret for now. Perhaps to be announced on June 10th. They did say, after all, that there was more to the free update that will be revealed later. But I would bet that if it is coming for free, it will be coming on June 10th, like I said, exactly mirroring what they did with Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom dinosaurs. It would make perfect sense to me to add these creatures for free, as opposed to stuffing them into an already quite stuffed paid DLC, or worse yet, selling them as their own pack. By giving them away for free, the people who can't afford the expansion, at least they still get some Dominion content in their Jurassic World Evolution 2, which is so crucial for this new era that the franchise is in. It would also strategically soften the blow a little bit for the people who are upset right now that it has been confirmed that the Dominion DLC itself is indeed paid content. Something I had predicted, but something a lot of people refused to believe up until the announcement yesterday. For now, there's no official word yet on which of the options will apply. We can only speculate. I personally think option 4 is the most likely option, and it's also the least depressing option, so that's what I'm gonna bet on. If the missing creatures are part of the Dominion DLC after all, yay for everyone who can afford that price tag, but it really sucks that people that can't then won't have any Dominion content in a game that was initially meant to accompany the release of the movie before the movie got delayed due to COVID. If the missing creatures are their own paid pack, that would be depressing, greedy, corporate BS. And contrary to my cynical personality, I'd like to hold on to the positive for now. So yeah, I'm predicting that option 4 will be the case, and I'm actually gonna be putting my money where my mouth is. If it turns out to be option 2, that the missing creatures are part of the Dominion DLC, I will give away a Steam version of the Dominion BIOSYN Expansion to a random subscriber. If it is option number 3, the missing creatures being their own paid pack similar to the early Cretaceous pack, I will give away that pack, again on Steam, to a random subscriber. Because I honestly don't think and don't hope that it's option 1, 2, or 3. And you know what? What the heck? If it's option number 1, the missing creatures not getting added at all, I will also give away the BIOSYN Dominion DLC, again to one lucky subscriber. So for my own wallet, for the public, and for the greater good of Jurassic World Evolution 2, I hope it's option 4, the missing creatures getting added for free on June 10th as a separate thing, or at least part of the free update releasing on June 14. Let me know which option you think is most likely, and if this is going to cost me money. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and until next time, enjoy the game.